Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've been wanting to talk about this for ages, and now that a friend finally got one, we can dive into his experience. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer describes this router as being by far the best of the best for home networking. Our client found that it delivers on the full potential of the latest Wi-Fi standard, providing more than enough bandwidth to match or even exceed their internet plan. This translates to a flawless experience with practically zero latency, easily handling demanding tasks like 8K video streaming. The coverage is also a major highlight, as this device can comfortably blanket a large 3000 SQ FT home with a strong signal when it's centrally located. The stability of this router has been rock solid. Over several months of continuous 24/7 operation, our reviewer experienced 100% uptime with no issues. It handles a massive number of connections simultaneously without breaking a sweat, supporting over 30 wireless gadgets, from computers and phones to a growing collection of security cameras, along with more than a dozen hardwired systems. It seamlessly manages traffic across all Wi-Fi bands, ensuring both new and older devices get the best possible connection. Even the first firmware update was a smooth and flawless process, with all devices reconnecting automatically. While the initial setup might seem a bit tedious for some, our client, who has a background in enterprise networking, found it highly configurable and straightforward for such a powerful piece of hardware. The 10 gig multi-gig ports are more than capable of handling any fiber service available today, and the advanced security features have proven effective. For any network enthusiast looking for a top-tier, no-compromise solution that offers superior performance, coverage, and reliability, this piece of hardware seems to be the one to own.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer found the initial setup of this wireless router to be straightforward, requiring only an active internet connection. It's equipped with a 5 GB Ethernet port along with additional 5 GB and 1 GB internet interfaces, which is a definite plus. However, the included mobile app for setup is limited, only covering the basics. If you need to tweak advanced settings, like disabling SSID broadcast, you'll have to access the router's interface directly through a web browser on a computer. This is a minor annoyance compared to some other routers that allow for initial setup without a live internet connection. The reviewer encountered compatibility issues with older devices. Specifically, an older Apple TV box struggled to connect, displaying persistent errors related to incorrect Wi-Fi passwords, even before the password was entered. This seems to stem from a communication problem between older Wi-Fi hardware and newer router technologies, a common issue not exclusive to this product or brand. Several troubleshooting steps were attempted, including disabling access control and downgrading the router's authentication to WPA2, but none proved successful. The mobile app also didn't offer the necessary settings to address this directly, requiring a manual login to the router's configuration. Ultimately, replacing the outdated device was deemed the most practical solution, as the problem seemed isolated to that particular piece of hardware. Before returning your router, it is worth considering whether older devices should be replaced as a troubleshooting step. The reviewer also advises being mindful of Wi-Fi technology versions. This router uses a newer Wi-Fi 7 standard. Despite it being an interim draft standard, the reviewer noticed an improvement in performance with other Internet TV devices.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer wanted to share their experience with this new wireless router. Right off the bat, setup was a breeze and the speeds are seriously impressive. With a 1 gig internet plan, our reviewer was consistently seeing full 1 gig speeds over Wi-Fi on the 6 GHz band using their phone. Other devices connected to the 5 GHz band were pulling down a solid 600-700 Mbps. One thing this client noticed was an issue with Apple devices. They have a mix of Windows, Android, and iOS devices at home, and initially the Apple products, Apple TV and iPads, weren't connecting properly. After some troubleshooting, the reviewer found that disabling the Smart Connect feature in the router settings solved the problem. A Apparently, Apple devices don't always play nicely with this feature, which automatically assigns devices to the optimal frequency band, 4 GHz, 5 GHz, or 6 GHz. Luckily, it's an easy fix within the app. Aside from that minor hiccup, the router seems well built and solid. The ports on the back are easy to reach and understand, and the front panel is similarly user-friendly. The accompanying app is also easy to navigate, even if it feels a little bit buggy at times, but it gets the job done. This household relies heavily on internet connectivity, with over 25 devices constantly connected, including multiple TVs, a security camera system, phones, laptops, tablets, and more. The router has handled the load with no problems, providing strong, stable connections across the board. Simultaneous streaming hasn't caused any slowdowns. If you have a demanding home network and want top-tier performance, this router might be worth a look. In a 1650 SQFT home, the signal strength easily extends beyond the street in front and the back fence. This reviewer believes this router would be suitable for homes up to around 2500 SQFT. For larger homes, 3000 plus SQFT, our reviewer suggests considering a mesh system instead.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.